Yes.
It's a fundraiser, a gala for HBCUs, and you wore a black lace flesh tone dress. This is the dress. The internet has not a week later stopped talking about this dress.
Yeah.
So let me start. I want to unpack it from the beginning. Who picked out the dress?
Oh, she picked it out.
You picked out the dress.
Yes.
Because your words have since gone viral about the dress as well.
Yes.
So you pick out the dress.
Yeah.
What was it about the dress? Because it's a statement. And you know you are a pastor and a first lady.
Sure.
When you saw that dress, you said yes to the dress.
Yes.
What was it about the dress?
I loved the design of the dress. I loved the creativity of the dress. For me personally, I thought that the dress was fully covered. It's interesting in
It is fully covered.
Yeah, I felt
Well,
like it was
the underlay.
Yes,
It's a sheer
yeah,
lay.
I felt like it was fully covered. I showed it to my husband.
Were
He
you
loved
in
it.
the dress when he saw it first, or was
No.
it hanging? The dress on the hanger is one thing. You put the dress on, it's another thing. It brings on a new life.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
All right, I'm going to give more commentary on this, but let's let you see what others are saying before I continue with my commentary.
As I said, from People magazine picking up the dress to people with TikTok accounts. It did, however, stand out to me that there were religious leaders who used their platforms to say things that I truly was confused by it. We talk about grace. We talk about understanding. There was at least one bishop who said that I'm paraphrasing here because it's actually really hard to even say, but implied that you were treating her like a prostitute, essentially is what he said.
I think I may know the bishop that they're referring to. I'll play some video clip from one of the bishops here in this state, North Carolina, in a minute in regards to what the host of this show just said. But in any case, let me interject one thing first. Years ago when I worked for the police department, one of the police departments in California, and one of many, many stories I could tell you, there was this guy that was pimping his girlfriend, and she was not as nude-like revealing as this dress that this controversy is over. It seems that there's a lack of concern regarding how sensuous he's having his wife adorn herself or seemingly looking nude going out into the public. It's not an issue whether she's attractive or not. Saying, oh, but she's attractive. Well, that just goes more to prove my point. If she's very attractive to the opposite gender and she's wearing a dress that simulates being nude, that just makes it even worse. But let's let you hear some comments from one of the bishops here in North Carolina regarding this situation.
A preacher presented his wife the other day, and I guess you call that a flesh-colored dress. I don't know. It's black dress and flesh color. It gives the illusion that she's not wearing anything underneath. And I heard the preacher, when he defended her dress, by saying, first of all, he bought the dress. And then he said, I want to address people who don't know anything, who haven't been anywhere, who don't know nothing. So I guess our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2 whore. Two. At least two. Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her. My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife, and he said he bought the dress. Those are his words, not mine. There is nothing classy about that. There's nothing modest about that. He said we haven't been anywhere. What I would like to know is where have you been? Where did he go? So I'll make sure that I never go there, because I don't want to go anywhere.
I hear you.
And I come back with that kind of a notion. Now, I will say this, and this is a comment about my wife, not his wife. This is a comment about my wife. My wife wouldn't have done it, no matter what I say.
Yeah.
She just would have said, honey, I'll wear this for you. I'll wear this for you at home when we know the grandkids aren't coming.
Right. Right.
Because there is such a thing as decency.
Right.
Decency. Y'all don't like me. But in public, at an event, where everyone will see,
right.
I don't know of a greater way for a man to demean his wife. And if he doesn't think that that is demeaning her, there is something wrong with him. But then again, we're also talking about the guy who looked at Cam Newton's legs and told Cam he had pretty legs.
Whoa.
Yeah. See, so.
Whoa. Telling another man that his legs are pretty. Shoot. That may be for another broadcast, vlog, whatever. But here's the deal. It ain't that complicated. If you have a man who's honorable, he does not want his wife going out in the public in either nude or something that looks nude, where men are looking at your wife in the nude or having to take a double or third take to figure out, that she's not nude. Ain't no honorable men want men looking at his wife seemingly nude. What we have here is a picture of a lady. This is supposedly his first wife. And she is, I'm not sure how old the picture is, but I've looked at other pictures online of his wife. She is she's gorgeous, attractive lady. And so, I was just wondering what happened back in the day to his first marriage. Sometimes previous incidences of failed marriage can give you an idea why a person is rolling the way they roll. Not that a person can't be forgiven or change or grow, but the way he's putting his current wife out there in these simulated new dresses, I wanted to find out what happened to the first marriage. So let's give you a bit of an interview where he describes why his first marriage failed. This is in his own words.
Else you would have never shown up on his radar.
I went to his megachurch, the Empowerment Temple in Baltimore, Maryland, to talk about the affair that ended his marriage, disrupted his congregation, almost destroyed his ministry, but changed him as a man and as a preacher. Several years ago, all of a sudden, you're on TBN.
Yes.
And folks are saying, oh, he's the next great preacher.
Right.
You're being called by churches left and right.
Yeah.
And here you are, a young pastor.
Yes.
Thriving, growing church. And all of a sudden, those temptations meet you head on.
Well, I didn't have a litmus test. You had to understand, I was a national televangelist since I was 29. And the whole world had opened up for me. In every stage, I'm preaching in arenas, convention centers, mass mega churches, was quickly becoming a household name. So nothing in my mind ever said, one, I would ever get caught. Number two, that my wife would ever leave. Number three, that my church would tank out.
Walk us through what happened.
I stepped rolling outside of my marriage and had a extramarital affair that ultimately ended in a divorce to an incredibly wonderful woman, not because anything was flawed in the marriage or in her, but in my own immaturity for the level that I was getting ready to go into.
His marriage fell because of his immaturity. Well, whatever adjective you want to put on it, basically, his spiritual, moral discipline, his compass, there's something that was off. If his wife was totally fine, he loved his wife, a great marriage. There was something. Sometimes it's a matter of just not holding yourself accountable to certain guardrails. Um, but here's the bottom line. He had a great wife, gorgeous wife, beautiful wife, and he says a great marriage is what he's saying. And he cheated on his wife. I believe that people can grow, God can forgive them, but if he is still conducting himself, his mindset is still that it's acceptable for his current wife, for him to buy her a dress, for her to get out there looking nude and seductive, maybe causing temptation, overly causing temptation for other men. There's something missing. There's something not right with this man. But I want to leave you with this thought. Let me say this to the ladies. If you are considering marrying a man or even in a relationship with a man who believes that it is okay, he's okay, he's fine, he thinks it's great, he likes for you to get out there in public and be seen by men you're not married to in the nude or in a garment that is close to being nude or simulates nudity. Does that man really have an honorable nature, or is he got some sort of pimpish something in his mental, emotional, personality makeup? That's where I'll leave it.